So how was your week? Was it a good week? Did you have any exciting moments during the week that you would like to share with me? Do you want me to share some of my interesting moments from this week? We might be doing quite a lot of that today. Here we go. Hello from England. Very different today. Very unusual because we have a special weekend. It is a long weekend here in the UK and in many parts of the world as well, celebrating a very special festival. In fact, lots of people are celebrating all sorts of festivals this weekend. I will be talking a little bit more about that later on. Meanwhile, hello, welcome. Yes, as I just gave you a hint towards the thing that is happening this weekend, it is Easter, and this is Easter Sunday. Happy Easter to all those who are about to eat their Easter eggs. Let the chocolate eating begin. Here we go again. Happy Easter to those who are celebrating Easter. And even if you're not, I hope you are having a good day wherever you are in the world. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I really hope you are feeling happy today. I'm back. I'm here. Live and also alive, which is very nice. So what about your week? Anything good happened this week to you? This week I spent most of my time in bed with coronavirus, which was rather different, to say the least. Although you might notice today I'm back with you, I'm feeling much better, thank you very much. I was able to get out of bed this morning. I went into the bathroom. I spent 2 hours in there making myself look presentable. Do you like it? Do you like what I've done here? I seem to have my colour back. Yesterday I looked at myself in the mirror. In fact, it was last night. I looked at myself in the mirror and I looked absolutely awful. I looked dreadful last night when I looked in the mirror. Fortunately, I think I'm looking okay now. Not too bad, actually. I seem to have a little bit more of my colour back. And I'm also standing up, which is lovely as well. The only thing I will mention, I seem to have lost my sense of taste and smell completely. I can't smell anything, which, to be honest with you, living in this house might be a good thing, because then I can't smell all of Mr. Steve's things going on. I think you know what I mean out there. So it is strange. I've lost my sense of smell and taste. I can't smell anything. I can still taste sweet things. So at least I can still taste things that are sweet, which is good. I'm very pleased about that. I can still taste sweet things. The only problem is I can't taste anything else. So all the other food that I'm eating tastes of nothing. Absolutely nothing. Another thing to mention today, we are coming to you in wonderful 1080p. Oh, fancy pants. So I am trying today. I'm just experimenting to make sure that I can do it. But we are in glorious full high definition today. It's been a very long time since I've done it in high definition. But yes, we are doing that today as well, giving it a try. I hope you are feeling good. Yes, we have made it all the way to the end of another week. And also the end, I suppose, of another weekend. But it's a long weekend for us. We have 4 days holiday this weekend. Isn't that nice? Although, to be honest with you, I have been having a very long holiday due to coronavirus. I've had my coronavirus vacation. I'm back. I can't believe it. I find it incredible. In fact, I can't believe I'm here doing this live. 2 days ago, I was lying in bed. I had a terrible temperature. I felt absolutely awful. Absolutely drained. In fact, the phrase I would use is wiped out. I felt wiped out. I couldn't move. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't do anything. And I was feeling so poorly. And the strange thing was, also last week, Mr. Steve had the same thing. So we were both feeling a little unwell. We tried to take care of each other as best we could. It was rather like having a glimpse or a look into the future. That's what it felt like. So I was imagining us both suffering from coronavirus, but also I was thinking maybe this is what it will be like when we're old and we're trying to live together when we are really, really old. So it was a very strange experience, to say the least. I don't think we've ever been ill at the same time, Mr. Steve and myself. Normally Steve gets ill and then he gets better, and then at other times maybe I become ill, but never at the same time. It's a very wonderful and unusual experience. Did I say wonderful? It definitely was not wonderful. If some of the things that I say today make no sense, don't worry. That's normally what happens, to be honest. So it's Easter Sunday and I'm here with you and I'm feeling rather nice, and we have the live chat as well. Business as usual, looking at words connected to long and short. Things that are fast, things that go on for a long time, and things that do not. Things that do not last for very long. Some people say that the British summer does not last very long. I don't know what they mean by that, but today we are having the most amazing weather. Can I just show you the view outside? You may have seen it at the start of today's live stream, but there it is. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? That is now looking outside across the landscape here in Shropshire. A lot of people ask, where are you in England? I'm in Shropshire, a small place called Much Wenlock. Very lovely place, in fact. And you can see there are some blossom. There is blossom now coming out on the lavender tree. So we have some lavender in the garden, and you can see it is all starting to come out. If you look very closely, you can also see some yellow in the distance. And that is the farmer's crop growing for this summer. I think it's rapeseed. Yes, it is. It's rapeseed growing in the distance, for those who are wondering what the yellow stuff is. Oh, some more news for you, by the way. I'm not sure if this is interesting or not, but I will try my best. We have some animals at the back of the house. They arrived this morning. I've only seen them briefly because they're a little shy at the moment. So when they first arrive, they are often quite timid. A bit like me, really. We have some cows at the back of the house. I have a feeling they might be bulls. I'm not sure at the moment. So they are either bulls or cows? I'm not sure because I haven't been able to have a close look at them. It's a very strange thing to do in your pastime, Mr. Duncan. Trying to work out what the gender of the livestock at the back of your house is. But I think it might be bulls, I have a feeling. So it's either bulls or cows. We will find out when they eventually become brave and reveal themselves to me at the back of the house. I'm feeling so happy today. I have to be honest with you. There is nothing worse than feeling unwell. Really, there isn't. When you feel sick, when you feel weak, when something is making you feel under the weather. But there is also nothing greater, there is nothing better than recovering and feeling better and well and happy about it. And that's how I feel at the moment. Hello to the live chat. Nice to see you here as well. Thank you very much for joining me today. I am back in one piece, almost. Feeling not 100%. I have a little bit of something happening here in my chest and in my throat. But besides that, not too bad. And also I can't taste or smell anything, which is a little bit of worrying, but I have been told that will come back. I've been told that my sense of smell and taste will return in time. I hope so, because to be honest with you, eating food and tasting all of the deliciousness of the food that I consume is pretty much the only thing keeping me going in this vale of tears, to be honest. Hello to the live chat. Let's say hello, shall we, right now? Hello to Valentin. Oh, Valentin, Beatrice, and also Vitas. Congratulations to all three of you. You were first on today's live chat. We also have Olga. Hello, Olga. Nice to see you here as well. Race is here. Hello, Race or Reese. Irene, Willianne. Also, we have Eliel. Hello, Eliel. We also have Zudzika, Beatrice, and Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. You will be pleased to hear that I have almost recovered from my drama with the dreaded Lurgy, and also Mr. Steve, who got it slightly before me. So he has almost recovered completely, but I'm still feeling a little fragile, a little weak. But all I can say is I am so glad to be here, standing up, talking to you live today on this Easter Sunday, of course. It's worth mentioning, I suppose I should mention right now, that Easter is not the only celebration taking place this weekend. We also have the Baisakhi festival, the Sikh festival of Baisakhi. We also have Easter, as I mentioned. Happy Easter to everyone. We also have Happy Passover as well for all my Jewish viewers. And we have Ramadan as well this weekend. So lots of celebrations all taking place at the same time. Apparently this only happens every 33 years that everyone gets to do it at the same time. And of course, the thing I love about it is everyone can come together and they can share their lovely festivals together in peace and harmony. And what's that? Okay. Apparently not. Oh, well. It was worth a try, wasn't it? So happy celebrations to you wherever you are in the world and whatever you are celebrating today. I hope you have a good one. Hello, Max. Max Poe is here as well. Thank you very much for joining me. We also have Red Red. We have Ali Abdullah. Hello to you as well. Hello, Rungsak. Hello. Welcome back. Nice to see so many people saying hello. Giovanni asks, there are eggs and rabbits. Why are there eggs and rabbits? Well, we often think of Easter as a time when everything starts to come forwards, and it is the season, it is the period of time of rebirth. Springtime, you see. Lots of rabbits are now mating, and we often associate Easter with rabbits and also eggs, especially Easter eggs made of chocolate. I know what you're going to say, Mr. Duncan. Easter is about much more than that. It's other things as well. You are right. It is also about remembering to put the turkey in the oven. Yes, you are right. So it's not just Easter eggs. It's also about remembering to put that turkey in the oven so you can have your lovely roast dinner later on. You are right. Hello to, can I say hello to Farial? Farial, hello to you as well. Giovanni is here. So many people are joining me right now. I'm just glad. I will be honest with you. I am just glad to be standing here right now in front of you, feeling, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel quite happy about that, if I was honest. I know I'm going to talk about this today. Sorry if I'm going on about it too much, but it's very nice to be standing up. And the other thing that made me feel better was you. All of your lovely messages of support. I wasn't able to read them all straight away because I was in bed. And for most of the time, on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, I spent most of the time asleep, feeling really rotten, if I was honest with you. But I have had a chance to look at some of your messages. Thank you very much for your messages. I do appreciate them very much indeed. Also, we have Hello Lucky. Hello to you as well. Christina says, hello, Mr. Duncan. Welcome and happy Easter. Thank you very much. I am planning a little bit later on to eat some chocolate. I have something here. I won't show you, but you might be able to guess what it is from the sound. Listen carefully. Can you hear that? I will show you what that is later on. Hello also to Christina V. Oh. Hello, Lewis. I see. We are talking about Easter as a religious festival. Lewis says, I am not a believer, but I do like the religious festivals. I was accustomed to it. Today, my wife and I had an aperitif. Imagine a champagne bottle. Oh, okay. I don't mind that, to be honest. The only thing is, if you feel unwell, quite often alcohol will make it worse. But I hope you had a nice time. An aperitif. Very nice. Something to get you started for the rest of the day and the rest of the weekend. So we normally have 3 days over the weekend, at the beginning and the end of the weekend. So we have Friday as a holiday, Monday as a holiday, and of course a lot of people take Saturday off as well, and many people naturally have Sunday off. So 3 holidays, but a long weekend consisting of 4 days. That's what we're having here this weekend. Steve has decided to take some extra time off. Something he planned anyway. But of course, as you know, things have not gone the way we planned. We were going to go away next week, and have a couple of days away somewhere. Unfortunately, I don't think that will be happening now because I have to stay in isolation until I test negative for coronavirus. So I have to wait here now. I have to be very patient indeed. Fortunately, you cannot catch it from me through the internet. I know there is such a thing as a computer virus, but don't worry. I think we will be okay here today. Through the glass, you see, there is a nice big thick piece of glass in between you and me. Hello to Isam. Hello to Isam. Nice to see you here as well. In Pakistan, it is Ramadan. Yes, I suppose it's fair to say, depending on where you are in the world, will depend on what you are actually celebrating. Hello also to 100 DOB, who has just joined us today. Thank you very much for coming on and saying hello as well. Thank you very much. Nice to see you here. Of course, it would not be springtime. It wouldn't be spring without having some lambs. Another thing that we often think about when we talk about Easter and springtime, we often think of all those lovely little newborn lambs running around, having fun while they can. Oh, isn't that lovely? Some beautiful lambs frolicking around because, yes, it is Easter Sunday. I could not resist showing them to you. Yes, Easter Sunday, and this is English Addict. We are back. After my dramatic exit last week, if you remember, I did a very short live stream on Monday because I knew at that point that I was unwell, and that's it. I took the rest of the week off, but I'm back. Are you happy to see me here? Maybe not. I don't know, because I'm not there, you see. Mr. Steve will be with us in a moment. He also is recovering from his brush with COVID. So we will be sharing some of our time with you in a few moments from now. Steve will be preparing himself. I will be having a drink of water to make sure my throat does not break down. And we will be back together in a few moments. This now is an excerpt from one of my full English lessons. We will have a look at this, and then Mr. Steve will be here and we will be catching up with all of the gossip from the world of Mr. Steve. Oh, little floater in my eye, there you go, floating by. Why do you never stay a while? Always too shy to show your smile. Oh, little floater in my peripheral view, how often I've tried to look at you. But I know that you are very shy, 'cause when I look your way, you run and hide. Here's a word that, when looked at, appears unreal. This word is a real word, but its appearance seems odd, as it contains many consonants. The word is unbeknownst. This word is a British variation of unbeknown. They both have the same definition, which is to be unaware of certain information. To do something without being seen by anybody. An unknown thing is unbeknownst or unbeknown. Without knowledge is unbeknownst. An action that has taken place but is not known about is unbeknownst to someone. The word itself is a variation of the now archaic and no longer used word beknown. Whenever we talk about the things we have done in the past in English, there are certain words we must use to show that this is so. Using past tense may seem confusing, but with practice it is quite easy to master. If we are talking about something we did in the past but no longer do now, then we say used to. I used to travel by bus. I used to belong to a rock band. I used to trust you. We are clearly showing that something we did in the past is no longer done. We can also show that something was done in the past for a certain period of time. In this case, we can use did. I did yoga for a few months last year. I did some voluntary work last summer. We use the word went when talking about past movements or travel. I went to Turkey for my holiday. I went to visit my friends in Scotland. Other words include always and have.
I always stay with my friends at Christmas. I have always taken care of myself. I have always been keen on nature. In these sentences, we are showing that the habit is still continuing. It is still going on. You have not stopped doing it.
Here's a good example of an English word that is often used incorrectly. The word paraphrase is one that is often misused. It is on occasion placed within a sentence by mistake. To paraphrase something means to change the wording of a sentence so as to make it clearer. To emphasize the meaning of something might require you to paraphrase. You reword a sentence so as to make it appear more clear. Teachers often paraphrase sentences so as to allow their students to recognize the important points of a subject. To express something in as clear a way as possible might require some paraphrasing to take place. Even here in my English lessons, I often paraphrase so as to ensure that my explanations come across as clearly as they can. Many people believe that to paraphrase is to shorten a sentence. This is not true. To emphasize and clarify a sentence is to paraphrase. The word originates from the Greek word para, which means modification, and phrasen, which means tell.
Can you see what I'm doing here? I'm moving these empty plastic bottles to the recycling box at the back of my house. They will then be collected by the local recycling plant and taken to a place where they will be melted down and reused. To recycle is the process of reusing something over and over. These days, recycling is carried out all around the world. Almost anything can be recycled. The most commonly recycled materials include water, paper, and plastic. Many electrical devices can now be recycled too. Most metallic objects are also recyclable, from discarded cans right up to disused cars. Many things these days can be recycled. We often hear the word sustainable used when discussing recycling. This word refers to the action of maintaining a balance between the use and replacement of materials needed for the manufacturing of everyday items. Sustainable forests and sustainable oceans being the two most common places where things such as wood, gas and oil are found.
I haven't mentioned any proverbs for a long time, so today I would like to put this right. Here is a great proverb. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is a great way of expressing that if something works fine and is running smoothly with no problems, then don't make any changes to it. Do not make changes to something if it is already okay. It is very tempting to alter something just for the sake of it, just for something to do. It would appear that the human condition is to always look for problems, even when there are none to find. So, if you decide to make changes to something that is already working smoothly, then don't be too surprised if someone approaches you and says, "If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it works okay, just leave it alone." And there it was, an excerpt from one of my full English lessons. There are lots of full English lessons on my YouTube channel. They are there for you to watch as many times as you want. Here we go. He's back.
Hello everyone, wonderful viewers across the world, and Mr. Duncan.
Hello.
Yes, we're back.
Steve, how was your week?
Oh, it's been a wonderful week, Mr. Duncan. Yes, well, not really.
We've had an amazing week together. It's been such an adventure.
As Lewis put it, we've had the dreaded lurgy.
Yes.
Yes, the dreaded lurgy. That's a very good phrase. Thank you for putting that up.
It is.
Lewis. So you use that phrase when you catch something that everybody else is getting and you don't want it, but eventually you end up getting it.
Yes.
Which I think is what we've been discussing. The fact it's almost inevitable, bearing in mind that we don't have any lockdowns, everyone's free to get about. But yes, we've had a few days of, having to go to bed. And yes, it's not been very pleasant. Let's put it this way. It's been a lot more debilitating than we both thought it would be.
You actually made it sound quite nice there.
Yes, I mean,
It's not nice. It was horrible. I don't want to have coronavirus again.
We expected at some point we would get it, but I didn't quite expect that it would have the impact that it did. So it was a little bit of a shock.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Look, I've been hearing about coronavirus for the last 2.5 years, thinking that everyone's getting it. Some people recover very quickly, others not. And so I was a little worried about getting it because I didn't know what would happen. And now I know exactly now I know exactly what happens. You feel like shit.
And I've been left with a bit of a cough. But I know lots of other people have had it. In fact, I think, Marcia, haven't you had it? Didn't you say a few weeks ago that you'd had it? So hopefully you're fully recovering. We've had lovely messages of support from people. So I just want to say live, thank you very much for all your lovely messages of support that we've had.
I haven't read most of them. I haven't read them, to be honest.
Yes, so so thank you very much for messages of support, but we're on the mend, definitely. We've beaten it.
Well, I'm not sure if we've beaten it. I can't smell anything or taste anything.
No, you've completely lost all sense of taste or smell.
Which is not good news because it's Easter Sunday and, well, fortunately, I can still taste sweet things, but everything else has gone.
I know. I mean, Mr. Duncan, you could at least wash. Even if you can't smell yourself, you could at least do the decent thing for me.
The last time you did that, we ended up having a row and you stormed off.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
That's probably a road best.
I wouldn't storm off.
Avoided.
Well, it was just a joke, a joke. I can't smell anything.
No.
You're fragrant, Mr. Duncan, fragrant.
And it works both ways.
Like a spring flower.
I can't smell Mr. Steve's disgusting farts. So it's a win-win situation, to be honest.
Yes, it's funny. I didn't really lose my sense of taste or smell, maybe a little bit, but I've noticed that there are certain things I can't smell. Like myself. You can always smell yourself a bit, can't you? You're always aware of your own sort of odours. Mine obviously are like flowers, the scent of flowers. But I'm joking. But I can't smell that, and I can't smell exhaust fumes. That's another thing I can't smell because I had to cut the grass yesterday because I'd left it for a long time because I didn't feel capable of doing it, and I couldn't smell the fumes from the lawnmower. I can normally smell the fume. I'm not sticking my nose in the exhaust, but you can normally smell it, can't you, from a petrol lawnmower? And I couldn't smell it, but thankfully I can smell chocolate and everything else. But you've completely lost. Well, completely, apart from for sweet things.
I've lost all my sense of smell. I can't smell anything. I don't know what's going on with this phone. I'm sure my iPhone is about to die because it keeps doing weird very strange things.
Maybe it's got coronavirus, Mr. Duncan.
Yes.
Viruses can get into computer equipment. Obviously a different type of virus. But yes, thank you very much, everyone, for your lovely messages of support and concern.
Yes.
Red, hello Red Red, said that were we fearful for ourselves? Well, not at first.
I felt too bad to care, really. I literally didn't care what happened to me. There's a point where you feel unwell, and then there's a point where you feel so unwell, you just don't care what happens. I literally didn't care what happened to me at a certain point, because I just slept. I didn't move, and I thought, well, this is interesting. This is a very interesting experience I'm having.
Olga said that she's had it, and she said it was worse than flu. This was back in February. So yes, I mean, we know a lot of people have had it. Christina says maybe you should take vitamins. Yes, I mean, I do take a lot of vitamins. I'm obsessed with that. Whether it's helped me recover faster, I will never know. But thank you for that advice. I think Marcia said that she'd had it, but yes.
I will say one thing. I think I've done very well virtually recovering from it within a week, because I realised I had it on Monday, and here we are now. It's Sunday, and I'm pretty much over it. So I have to say,
you've recovered quicker than me.
I think I've done quite a good job.
But then I didn't have anyone to look after me.
Well, nor did I.
What do you mean, nor did you?
I did, well, not much.
I mean, as soon as I tested positive, Mr. Duncan banned me. I had to live in a little room on my own and not have any contact or support at all.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I know, I'm joking. But of course, when Mr. Duncan had it, I was able to look after him because I was already positive. So you had lavished all the care and attention on you. But of course, I had to suffer in silence.
I'm not sure about that.
I'm joking. But we know lots of people have had it. We don't want to bore people talking about something which a lot of people have experienced.
Yes. But it's when you get it yourself, when you hear everyone else having it, and then you think, I wonder when my turn will be. It's a bit like the lottery. You're waiting for your coronavirus number to be called out, and there it was this week. So we're almost over it. Little bit of chestiness.
Yes, I've got a bit of a chest.
Bit on the chest.
There we go.
Like that.
Hello, Pedro.
But at least now we don't have to worry. We can just cough, sneeze, all over each other, and it doesn't matter.
We've got Easter to look forward to, of course. Well, a lot of people are going. Some people are going because they've got family round. I think it was Olga. I can't remember, said that she was going. Maybe it wasn't. Somebody said they were going because they've got their family around today.
Okay.
Celebrating Easter, which of course a lot of people are. If you are celebrating that, it's a good time to have friends and family, particularly family around. Grandchildren.
Speak for yourself.
Elderly relatives. My mother's not very well. I've got a sneaky suspicion my mother is coming down with coronavirus.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't been to see her.
Sorry, should we be talking about this on the live
she's
chat?
Not very well. She's got a bad cough today.
I don't think your mother is going to appreciate us telling the world about this.
Well, she's not watching.
No.
I can assure you of that.
But we do think that Steve's mother might be coming down with it. Nothing to do with us, by the way. We didn't go to see her. So it's nothing to do with us. We can hold our hands up and say we are not responsible for that.
Well, my mother joked with me this morning and said that I'd given it to her on FaceTime.
I believe that was the joke that you made earlier.
Well, she's obviously picked something up from somewhere where she's testing negative at the moment, we're hoping. But of course there is that annoying lag, as we discovered.
Yes.
Because I had all the symptoms on the Thursday. This was week last Thursday.
I thought we weren't going to talk about this.
And yes, but it took 24 hours for me to test positive, by which time you'd already got it from me.
Steve said to me this earlier, he said, before I went on, he said, let's not talk about this for too long. All we've talked about so far is this.
Yes. Well, Lewis, yes, I will have to work overtime in the garden. That is correct. In fact, I did do it yesterday, and I think the fumes from the lawnmower have got into my lungs because I had a bit of a bad night last night, lung-wise.
What?
Well, I think I couldn't smell the fumes from the lawnmower, and I think they were getting into my chest, which is obviously a bit sensitive.
Have you just told us this?
Yes, but
Am I watching the replay?
Hello from Czech Republic. Hello, Nitram. Nice to see you here. And I will say, what's that? Hark.
A lot of people have been asking, why is there a rabbit in the corner of your screen?
Is there?
Cleaning itself. Haven't you noticed? Well, up there's a rabbit. It's been there all the time, and it's cleaning its little paws.
It's the Easter Bunny.
Yes, it's been there all the time.
Is that the rabbit that has been frequenting our garden?
No, why are you talking like you're from the 17th century?
Frequenting. If you frequent something, it means you go there a lot.
Well,
It's a posh way of saying, you know.
Okay, Steve.
I frequent this restaurant quite often.
Oh.
Means you go there a lot. You can say that.
I might go back to
Press
bed.
your friends.
Okay, Steve. Look, we've got a bunny rabbit. It's no ordinary bunny rabbit, not like that one. This one you can actually eat because it's made of chocolate. There it is. Look at that. Hello, Mr. Bunny Rabbit. We are going to eat you a little bit later on. No, not you. You're okay. But this one, definitely. In fact, oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on here. I think they're multiplying. There's two. What have you been doing? Have you two been having relations?
What, Mr. Duncan? If we leave those two chocolate rabbits together
Yes.
in a room, maybe we'll come back in a few days and there'll be lots and lots of chocolate rabbits. Because you know what rabbits do when they're left together. Is one male and one female?
I don't know. I'll have a look.
Can chocolate rabbits
I'm just looking now. Yeah, I'm not sure.
mate?
I think they're gender fluid.
Could be hermaphrodite.
If these two get together, there will be gender fluid everywhere.
Probably end up with white chocolate bunnies. I don't know if that's a joke or not.
It isn't.
But yes, but that you see, that's well. There's a story, Mr. Duncan, we can share because we thought we'd all not be able to go out anywhere because of testing positive still, which I am still testing positive even though it's gone. So I suspect you are. We couldn't go out to the shops to get our usual weekly shopping, so I decided to do an online order and have it delivered.
This is so boring.
Yes, but the story was because couldn't go out to the shops, I ordered an Easter egg to come with the shopping, and guess what? They were out of stock. They had run out of stock. I ordered it a week ago. I was furious.
Yes.
But luckily,
they did have these.
they had these.
So they had these. So these are our little rabbits that we will be eating later on. And they have little bells.
Yes, Christina, we have been talking about this for 2 years and we're still talking about it, yes. Pedro, I'm reading a book called The Silka Journey. Do you know this book? Oh, about the Auschwitz camp. No, I don't know that book, but it sounds very like something that would be a good education. Is it fictional or is it factual? Is it fictional fact or a fictional fact, or is it a combination of the two?
I was not sure what you were going to say there. I will be honest
What
with
did you think I was going to say?
I don't know.
Have we got a theme to today's special Easter live stream, Mr. Duncan? Is it all about chocolate?
No, it is not.
It's very bad for your throat, chocolate, if you've got a bad throat. That will make us cough even more.
If you've got a bad throat, everything is bad for your throat.
Let's
face it. It's like saying if you've got a bad leg, everything is bad for your leg because you have a bad leg.
Olga says she's very talkative. Is that because I think I read earlier you were doing lots of housework and now you're sitting down to watch us for a rest?
Yes. I'm not sure if this is treatment or pleasure or punishment. I'm not sure.
I haven't seen Belarusia today.
Claudia.
Claudia, a.k.a. That's what you say, isn't it? If someone's got two names, we can say Belarusia, a.k.a. Claudia, which means, in other words, known as, doesn't it?
Also known as.
Yes, that's
Yes.
it, also known as.
It's just as well I'm here.
It is just as well you're here, yes. But yes, because
Otherwise
normally,
known as.
thank you, Carl.
Otherwise known as is AKA. That's OKA.
Yeah, but I like to construct new phrases.
You certainly do.
Yes, so yes, thank you, Connell. There we go.
Where are you going?
No, I wanted to find out what Claudia was cooking today.
On
you see.
on
Claudia
screen,
normally tells us.
it looks
what
like
she's cooking.
you're shrinking away on the screen.
Right. Yeah, I should imagine. Have we heard anything from Tomek today? I think I saw a few retracted comments. I wondered whether Tomek went to see Harry and Meghan today, or yesterday rather.
Whether he went to see them? Why?
Well, because they were in the Netherlands opening these. What are these games? They were opening some games, weren't they? In the Netherlands.
You're telling me.
I don't know the name of it. But they were, for some reason, there were lots of Land Rovers there. I don't know. It's some kind of. I don't know whether it's something to do with off-roading.
No, it's nothing to do with off-roading, Steve.
What it is,
Steve? You please end that sentence before you really do take away any credibility that we have.
Well, I don't know what it is.
Well, I'm going to tell you if you just.
Well, go on then. Yes.
It's the Invicta Games.
Invicta Games,
which
yes.
is all about people who've been. It's a sporting event helping raising money for people who are injured in military service, and lots of people who take part in these games have been injured themselves whilst taking part in military procedures.
Thank you for explaining that, Mr. Duncan.
Not to do with Land Rovers.
Well, they were in Land Rovers.
Yes.
Though. Yes.
Well, yes, of course.
I don't know why, but they were.
Double-decker buses have Coca-Cola on the side, but they don't run on them.
Looks like they were trying to go over some, but anyway, it's probably yeah. I just wondered whether Tomek went to see them to wave and say hi.
I think Steve might be still delirious.
Probably, yes.
I think so.
Almost certainly.
Wow, this is. I'm not sure. I might delete this. So enjoy this. I'm deleting this. I don't know what's actually going on today with Steve.
I'm fine. Just, I think I'm perfectly normal.
Yes, actually, yes. Come to think of it, yes, I think you are.
Yes, exactly. Yes, see, I know he's laughing. Yes.
Okay. Is it the Mr. Stephen Tomek show? There are about another. There are 103 other people on here.
Was it The Hague? Is that where they went to? Is that where the games were? I think it was. I'd rather get COVID, says Tomek.
Yes. Okay.
Well, based on our experience, I might well agree.
What are you talking? I don't know what you're on about now.
No.
I'm completely lost.
Well, I said.
So,
I just said.
So I'm sorry to the other 102 people watching that Mr. Stephen Tomek are just having a conversation
No,
with each
it
other.
was a general comment because it's
Yeah.
not the
So what's
only
your
person in the Netherlands.
So what's
is
your
Tomek.
problem
Other
then?
people-
What's your problem with Harry and Meghan?
I haven't got a problem. It's just a joke. They are controversial.
Are they?
people,
Why?
aren't they?
Why are they controversial?
Why are you arguing with me, Mr. Duncan?
I think Meghan and Harry are lovely. I think Meghan is probably my most favourite royal of all of them. I'm hoping one day she will be Queen Meghan.
I think you're the one, Mr. Duncan, that has cognitive issues at the moment because I've never heard you describe Harry and Meghan in such adorable terms.
Well, Harry and Meghan, you can actually combine their names. It's Hagen.
Right.
It sounds like a make of ice cream.
Believe me, Mr. Duncan is not a supporter. He's just being...
I am really into them now. I hope one day we will get to have a ginger king. A ginger king. That's what I want. Everything will be all right then. Mm-hmm. So bring Harry back. They'll all get together. He'll have a lovely get-together with his mother and his grandmother and all of not his mother.
Well, you see, Saturina...
Not yet anyway.
Saturino's not a fan of Meghan. Who is? Who is? I'd like to know.
A lot of people are.
Have we got any Harry and Meghan fans on?
See, Harry likes Meghan. And Meghan likes Harry. That's all you need, really.
Sounds like a film.
It's a bit like us. No one likes us in real life, but we can bear each other. It's
Yeah.
fine. So that's all that matters.
We're here to entertain. So, right. Have we got to any subject to talk about today, Mr. Duncan?
Well, the only thing we've talked about so far is your coronavirus and my coronavirus, and Meghan and Harry as well. So lots of annoying viruses going around.
Christina Bourne says walking. Are you walking at the moment? I know somebody called Chris Bourne, who is obviously a person that identifies as a man. Christina Bourne. Interesting. Yes. Whereabouts are you from, Christina? We'd like to know.
Who's Chris Bourne?
That's somebody I know.
He identifies as a man,
I'm just saying that to be politically correct.
but is he a man?
Yes.
Well, he doesn't need to identify as a man then. If he's a man.
Yes, but
Hello.
you know, these days you
Hello.
can identify as anything.
Hello, my name's Chris and I'm a man. I just thought I'd let you know there that I'm a man.
Christina, you are
If you
absolutely
need any
correct.
proof, I'm more than willing to drop your trousers. And yeah, no problem.
Merlot. Whereabouts is Merlot? That sounds like a French wine. Maybe it is. Maybe you're in France.
Is it a good French wine?
Merlot? Yes, it's nice and pleasant red wine.
I think you have to. Yeah, does it have a good nose?
I don't know.
Oh.
You know, if you go to a restaurant and say, "Oh, I'd like the Merlot," you sound very posh.
Do you say it like that?
Yes, I'd like to. May I order the Merlot?
Like a snooty idiot?
Yes. Of course, it's fairly. I think the French people would think it was very unsophisticated to order Merlot, because of course they're far more sophisticated than we are.
Yes.
And
Well, they're busy at the moment wondering whether they're going to get a.
yes,
What?
you're talking about the French elections.
I don't know.
chance?
I don't know. I could be talking about anything. I could be
Yes.
talking about baguettes. I might be talking about French baguettes.
Well, that will be. Is it next Sunday, the election? I think it is, isn't it?
It's whenever the next one is. It's the 24th, isn't it?
Next week. Oh, Merlot is in Argentina, near my house in the mountains in the province of San Luis. Oh, how lovely! So is that where Merlot wine comes from?
Is it?
Yeah, so maybe it isn't French after all. Maybe I was speaking incorrectly.
Oh my God. Please, Steve, stop talking. Please, just for a moment. Oh, talking of France, do you remember that time we went to France?
You mean about 3 years ago?
Do you
on the
remember that
work
time?
trip?
Do you remember that time we went to France? That's all you have to say, by the way.
Yes.
Do you remember that time we went to France?
Yes, I've said yes about 3 times.
Well, Ah, that brings back so many wonderful memories. Memories of when we went to Paris. And I was watching my live stream from Monday and I said something so stupid. I made a stupid mistake.
I've just done that.
You may have noticed that in that video there was the Moulin de Galets, which is a very famous place. We actually had a meal there, didn't we? Very nice.
Courtesy of the company I work for.
Yes. And we had a lovely meal in there. But I stupidly, I don't know why, because it must have been the coronavirus, because I don't remember anything about last Monday's live stream. I said it was Monet who painted there. But of course it wasn't. It was Renoir, not Monet.
You, Mr. Duncan. Well, I've made a silly mistake as well.
Yeah, but my excuse is coronavirus. What's yours?
Just me.
Yes.
Yes, of course. And Christina has pointed it out. I was wondering how long it would take somebody to spot that. Well done, Christina.
Go on.
But of course, the Merlot I'm talking about, the wine, has a T on the end, whereas the Merlot in Argentina doesn't have a T on the end. The T makes all the difference.
Yes, it does.
So thank you for pointing that out. And I was wondering how long it would take somebody to notice.
Yes, you've said that twice, by the way. And both times it did not land.
Yes. Oh, who do we want to win the French election, says Nitram. Well, we couldn't possibly comment on that. That would be interference.
Would it?
Yes.
What, you mean our opinion could actually change geopolitics?
I don't know enough about French politics. All I know is that I think it's quite... I think people are stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't think really...
I think everyone is.
Just like we are here, trying to choose... You know, you've got candidates, you probably don't want either of them. And it's a difficult decision. But I think it's going to be quite controversial if Le Pen wins.
Yes. Because
she wants to take France, the founding member of the EU, out of NATO. I mean, at a time when we're on the brink of Third World War, I think that would be rather controversial.
Happy Easter, everyone, from Mr. Steve.
Can you imagine it?
What,
Can you imagine the shock of France coming out of NATO? Can you just imagine that?
This seems like something. This seems like the only thing you've actually remembered from the headlines. What else is Marie Le Pen standing for?
Well, she used to want to come out of the EU, but she dropped that because it's not much of a vote winner for her at the moment. So she dropped that. I mean, I don't think the present person in charge is particularly popular. As I say, I just it would be very. I think Putin would be cheering, I think, if Le Pen got in. I mean, imagine France coming out of NATO. Crumbs. That's like all his Christmases coming at once, I would imagine. I mean, it's just would split Europe in two. But anyway, But I fully understand that...
Would it be fair in saying that's it? That's as far as your knowledge of this goes?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I think it would be a major shock. It would send shockwaves around, certainly around Europe and around the world. If but of course, both candidates, I think, are, from what I'm reading,
are they?
It's very difficult for anybody to pick any of them.
So what's Macron then?
Well, I think he's sort of... Is he more sort of centre...
I don't know, you're telling us.
Well, I think he used to be centre-left, but now he's had to move sort of centre-right or so. I don't really know enough about it, but I think he's not particularly popular. French politics is like politics generally, like us in the UK. It's all topsy-turvy. There aren't these nice sort of left-right... easy to choose parties. It's very politics has gone haywire over the last few years. As sort of populist parties are rising, and it's all very uncertain. But I'm interested to see what Lewis his take on it, but he probably doesn't. We don't want to get too political. Though,
Well,
do we?
you're the one
So,
that's talking about this. I had no intention of talking about this.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yes. Yeah. Well, that's it. You see, a VTAS. Potentially, France could come out of NATO, and Finland and Sweden want to join it. That'd be a little embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Whether they ever will, of course, I don't know. But yeah, it's uncertain times. But anyway, as I keep saying, Mr. Duncan, what are we talking about?
Olga is going now because we're talking about this.
Oh, right.
Yes.
I
one
need
wants
to finish some stuff at home.
You do
I'll
realise
switch to silent mode.
Okay, Steve. We are supposed to be relieving the crappiness,
But also stimulating conversation.
but you're not.
That's what we want to
You're
do.
driving everyone away. No one wants to listen
Driving
to us.
anyone away.
No one wants to listen to this. Honestly.
Well, I keep asking you, Mr. Duncan, have you got anything else that you want to talk
I have.
about?
I keep trying to get round to doing it.
Just,
Anyway.
yeah.
But we'll put the politics aside. We'll talk to Mr. Steve next week about it again. His thoughts on the world situation and other things as well.
At least we've got that to look forward to.
Long and short words. By this I mean long as in the word long, and short as in the word short. So we're not talking about long words and short words. We're talking about actual words connected to these words. Long
Oh, right. Okay.
and short.
Words connected to long and short.
Yes.
Not long and short words
That's
per
it.
se.
That's it. Per se indeed. Per se indeed. Long. So we have the word long, something that is extreme in measurement or time can be described as long. Something that is long. Something that goes on for a while. Something that's lengthy.
Yes.
Things that are lengthy. So we can use lengthy to describe the actual measurement of something, as in a physical object. Lengthy. So a thing that is long is lengthy. Or something you are doing can also be lengthy. A long time spent doing something. Lengthy. It is a long time.
A lengthy conversation.
Oh.
Somebody that talks for a long time, goes off on a monologue. You could describe that as a lengthy, well, or us talking, a lengthy conversation.
Yes.
Something that goes on for a long time.
Maybe too long. Extended. Something extended. You might make something longer than it actually is. So maybe you are having a conversation, maybe you're having a meeting, and the meeting goes on longer than you expected, or longer than it should have. So we say that it has been extended, or it is extended. We are going to extend something. We are going to make something longer. So a long thing is long. If you make it longer than that, it's extended. It is made longer than it normally is.
For example, we could extend the live stream to 2.25 hours.
Oof.
And then someone would say, oh, Mr. Duncan and Mr. Steve, they extended their live stream by another 15 minutes. Just giving examples of how you use those phrases.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Something that is drawn out is extended. It is made longer. So drawn out. If you draw something out, it means you are making it longer. I suppose in this sense we are talking about phrasal verbs. So we are using this as a way of showing that something is being extended. It is being made longer, drawn out. Maybe a conversation is being drawn out because it is going on for a very long time.
The negotiations were drawn out over many days. So a process is being extended over a long period of time. But it suggests that if you use the phrase drawn out, it suggests that maybe it's almost said negatively, isn't it?
It can be, yes.
Yes, that the peace negotiations were drawn out over many days. In other words, probably took longer than you would otherwise have liked.
Yes. It went on for too long. Protracted is another good one, Steve. Protracted. Something long is protracted. It is made longer. It is stretched. It is protracted. I like
Yes.
that word. We often think of things that you are drawing or a line. You protract the line. Maybe you make it longer. You might join one line to another. You protract something.
A protracted war, a war that goes on too long.
Yes.
You could have a protracted conversation, but you probably wouldn't use that in that context. Protracted negotiations, something that,
Stretched. Something that is stretched is made longer. Stretched. A thing might be a certain length, but you make it longer.
Stretched. Yes. Could you stretch a conversation out? Yes, you could, couldn't you?
You can?
You could stretch a piece of elastic.
Yes.
Stretch a piece, that means to extend something beyond where it normally goes.
there's a Decameron over there.
I know, I'm just imagining I'm stretching something.
Oh, I see.
Yes, you could stretch chewing gum out of your mouth.
Yes. You might stretch your arms. Oh,
Yes.
You extend your arms.
A cat stretches its limbs when it wakes up.
Can you see my elbows? Look
Saggy
at
skin, Mr. Duncan.
that. What's that?
You're stretching your saggy skin.
Look. Oh
Look at
my.
that. Yes.
Oh no, that's not good, is it? That's not good.
Everyone has that, Mr. Duncan.
I'm going to go to the plastic surgery clinic and have that cut off. I think so. Stretched. You might have your skin stretched.
You might stretch out a conversation because you want somebody to stay for longer. Well, I'm going to stretch out this conversation. You might think to yourself. Yeah. So lots of words can be used as synonyms in this respect, can't they, Mr. Duncan?
Yes, I think so. Yes, you can stretch something out. You can make it last longer. Something elongated. Something made longer. Something stretched. An elongated vacation. An
Yeah.
elongated object. Something that is long. Or something that has been made longer.
You can have an elongated phrase,
Yes.
can't you, Mr. Duncan? A phrase that's made longer for some reason.
Overlong. A lot of people say these live streams are overlong. They say, Mr. Duncan, your live streams are overlong.
There's a good one, Germano. Germano Rosa, thank you very much. You can stretch the truth.
Ooh, a lot of people doing that these days.
Exactly. So what if somebody stretches the truth, then would you say they're lying? They're probably not quite lying, but they're
They're exaggerating.
exaggerating the truth, probably
Yes.
making it seem slightly different than it actually is. Stretching the truth. Very good. Thank you for that, Germano. Prolong a contract. Exactly. Yes, a contract could be made. You could have a contract, say a fixed contract for 2 years. Thank you, Tomek. But then you extend it, you protract it, you make it a bit longer.
This next one is for Mr. Steve. To go on and on. Today, Mr. Steve went on and on. He went on too long. Long. Not really.
Yes, if you go on and on and on and on. Oh, he went on and on and on and on about his illness. I was bored stiff.
Maybe if you are sitting in a meeting or you're listening to someone giving a speech, it seems to go on forever. It seems to go on and on. It almost feels like it will never end.
Yes, you can say that about, if it's a hot summer's day and you're sitting in a classroom and the lessons seem to go on and on and on. The meeting went on and on and on. Everyone was talking, putting their own points across. It went on far too long.
Far too long. It seemed like it was never ending. Never ending. It never ended. It seemed to go on forever. Something that is never ending. It always reminds me of that wonderful movie. That wonderful movie. Do you remember that wonderful movie called Never Ending Story? Oh, turn around. Look at what you see.
Who sang that?
A world of fantasy.
Who was that, Mr. Duncan?
Don't you remember that song? That was.
I do remember the song, but I can't remember who sung it.
That was Limahl.
Oh, Limahl, yes.
From Kajagoogoo.
Kajagoogoo. Does anybody remember Kajagoogoo?
A long time ago. Never ending, as in the never ending story.
Yeah, that's Christina has pointed that out as well. Shirin's off. Bye, Shirin. Shirin, sorry. Ibrahim. Yes, never ending.
Without end. Something that seems to go on forever, you might say.
Somebody might tell you a story, and it goes on and on and on. You might say, "Oh, that story is never ending." It's usually used in the negative.
Yes.
Not in a positive.
And finally, with the long words, eternal. Eternal. Going on forever and ever and ever. Something that is eternal is something that goes on forever or appears to go on forever. Eternal life. A person who believes that they will go to heaven and they will have eternal life. They will live forever. I don't like the sound of that, to be honest. I like my short, brief life. I would prefer it that way, to be honest.
Our love is eternal. You could write on a card to somebody. You could say, actually, thinking of a positive way of using the word never ending, you could say, our love is never ending.
Yes.
So that would be a positive way of doing that.
Eternal love.
Yes.
Never ending.
Tomek remembers Limahl.
Okay. Good.
Interesting. Yes.
No, I'm pleased to hear that. I'm very pleased about that. Lots of people are celebrating their festivals.
Gave me a shock then.
Today. Lots of people are celebrating festivals, Steve.
Festivals?
Not just Easter.
Right, let's mention all the other festivals that have been
going.
celebrated.
Here we go then. Here's the first one. Look at that. Happy Baisakhi. Today, the faith, Sikh.
Right.
It is a special festival celebrated in the Sikh religion. It's very similar to, I would say it's very similar to the New Year. Happy Easter. Well, of course, we think of Happy Easter, don't we? Don't we, Steve? Is that what we think about, would you say?
All I think about at Easter is chocolate,
Oh.
which is not very religious.
Oh, okay then. So we have Easter as well this weekend. Also, we have Passover this weekend
Ooh.
as well. You have to make sure that there's nothing leaven in your house. You can't eat anything. It all has to be flat. All the bread has to be flat and flavourless. Although, would I tell the difference at the moment? Because everything is flavourless to me. Happy Passover. Passover celebrated of those in the Jewish faith, of course. And then we have also this weekend, we have Ramadan as well. It's a busy one. It's a busy weekend for everyone celebrating their religious festivals. So it's a big, busy one, and I think it's safe to say that all of those festivals share one thing in common, which is food. There will be lots of food consumed, although I have a feeling that the Passover food might not be as appetising, to be honest, because it's all unleavened.
Well,
It's all flat.
maybe somebody could tell us different.
Lots of cream crackers.
I'm not sure about that, but yes, if food is involved, then I will go to a celebration.
Definitely.
And didn't you say to me earlier that it's very unusual for all these different religions to be holding their festivals at around the same time?
It's just the way everything, the phases have brought them all together. Every 33 years, apparently, this happens.
Baisakhi in India is being celebrated as Gulu Ten. Yes, thank you for that. As Mr. Duncan's just pointed out, of course. Yeah. Well, can we go to all of them? Can we have some Easter eggs, and then we can go to all the different festivals, and sort of invite ourselves and say, you know, don't you know us from Mr. Duncan's English teaching lessons?
We'll start with Easter, then we have Baisakhi, and then we'll go to maybe a little bit of Passover. I like cream crackers, to be honest, with a bit of cheese on top. And then maybe we can have some spicy food as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I think so.
Yes, some spicy food, of course. I mean, I've been to a Muslim wedding because of people at work, and I've also been to a Sikh wedding, and they were both very good. The main difference was you got lots of alcohol at the Sikh wedding.
Sounds good to me.
I couldn't take advantage of it because I was driving. All I remember is as soon as we sat down, this is in England, I don't know if it's the same anywhere else, we sat down and bottles of spirits were immediately brought to our table. That obviously didn't happen in the Muslim wedding I went to, but there's a big difference there.
Yes.
And the food was gorgeous in both of them, I've got to say, because as you well know, I can live on spicy food. Right, so yes, we haven't had an invite to any festivals yet,
No.
Mr. Duncan.
Although we are going to a wedding later this year. But no, it isn't. It isn't that one. For those wondering, it is not that wedding. Not yet.
Which wedding?
Can't you guess? No, obviously not. That silence tells me obviously not. So we are looking at words connected to long and short. So we've had long. So now I think we will have a look at some short words. Short words connected to, if I can find it, it's disappeared. Where's it gone?
It's
Come on.
We could. Oh right, there we go, Mr.
There it
Duncan.
is. I found it. It's all right. I'm not very well. I'm still recovering from coronavirus.
Any excuse.
Yes, it's a pretty good excuse. I tell you, it's a very good excuse. If you need a good excuse for taking it easy for a few days, just have coronavirus.
Hello, Morocco.
Brief, something short, something brief, something quick that does not last very long. Some people say that our live stream should be brief. There was a very famous book written by Professor Stephen Hawking called, what was it called? A Brief History of Time. Brief. Something short. Quite often if you want to tell a story, you often shorten the story. Or if you want to give lots of information, you try to give it as quickly as possible. Brief.
I think in the business world or in the legal world, if you have a brief, that means it's a sort of a summary of of the case.
Yes.
What you're going to talk about.
It's a very good way of remembering the details of something, especially when it's complicated or complex in business and in law. So you have to have those things either memorized or written down, prepared, and we often refer to those as your brief.
But not your briefs.
Not briefs.
Which is something completely different.
Those are your underpants.
Yes, if you put an S on that, you've got male underwear.
Yes, and if you put an S on this, you have something you will wear on the beach.
Yes.
Short. Something short. So from brief to short. A short thing. Something that does not last very long. A person who is not very tall, like Mr. Steve.
I'm above average height for a man in the UK. I can tell you that, Mr. Duncan.
Lots of people in your family are very small, though, I've noticed that. I'm sure you come from... Maybe your family is I have to be careful what I'm saying here.
Small but perfectly formed.
Maybe your family is descended from leprechauns.
Well, my father was 5. He was taller than me. He was 5'10", 5'11", I think my father was.
Or Oompa Loompas, maybe.
It's very unkind. I mean, I'm not, I'm nearly 5'10". I'm not short, but I'm not bulky. I mean, don't weigh very much, so there's not much to me. Anyway, enough about me. What does debrief mean? Says Tomic. There's a good word. Yes.
Yes. Well,
yes.
You get the information.
You get the information.
Yes, that's it. So maybe a person has information, something they've remembered or memorized, and then you have to sit down with them, and then they will tell you all the things they know. So that is debriefing. It sounds like you are taking someone's underwear off. It could be that as well.
Say you've been to a meeting. Your boss says to you, I want you to go and meet these new clients and then come back and give me a debrief. So he's not going or she's not going with you, or they are not going, but they want you to go in their place. But then they want to know the information, so they come back and you will give a debrief, a sort of a summary of what that meeting was about.
Yes.
You might go on a mission somewhere, and you come back and your commander says, give me the debrief. What's going on? So you're right, Mr. Duncan. That's where you are giving that information back in a shortened way.
That's it. Here and then gone. Here, then gone. Something short is here and then gone. A lot of people say that about life. They say you're here and then gone. It's brief. It's quick. Enjoy it as much as you can. You're here, then gone. Here's another one. Blink and you will miss it. Something short, something that does not last for a long time. If you blink, you will miss it.
Yes.
Blink and you will miss it. It will happen, but it will happen very quickly.
When would you say that? In what context would you use that
Maybe
phrase?
you are watching some wildlife, and maybe you are waiting for a certain animal to appear. But the animal is very shy. It's a shy animal. It might come out very briefly and then go away again. You have to make sure you don't blink, because if you blink, you might miss it, because we are saying that thing will only happen for a short period of time.
You might be looking up at the stars to see any sort of shooting stars go through the sky. And you've got to keep your eyes open. You mustn't blink, because if you blink, you might miss it. Yeah, that's right. That's very good, Mr. Duncan.
Yes, blink.
Debris, Christina, is a different thing. Debris. It is not the same as debrief. Debris or debris.
No one says debris.
Sort of left over.
Debris.
Yeah, things left over. The building, the wall was to collapse. You get lots of debris, lots of sort of waste.
Yes. Things that have been left behind, something that is excess, something that is unneeded, something that was once new and has now been destroyed. What is left is debris.
Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct. I don't remember that film. But was she debriefed in that, or is that a different
Steve,
thing altogether?
Your lack of knowledge of everything that's ever happened in history.
Well, it's a film.
It is a film, yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
But is that a pun?
Well, yes,
Yes.
definitely, because that particular movie is. There's no way I'm talking about this.
Yeah, she had her pants were taken off, is what you're saying.
She was wearing no pants.
That's right. Okay.
She had no pants.
So there's a pun, a play on words. Debrief.
She famously crossed her legs.
Ah, right. De-knickered, you might say. But yes.
Well, they weren't there anyway.
See, briefs are usually, yes, it's briefs underwear is usually for men. But yes, that is a very clever pun. Nidsham, thank you very much for that. I need to eat fish according to Marba. Omega-3, yes. Well, yeah, we do eat fish. Is that why? Yeah.
What does this have to do with
I don't know.
long and short? Flash in the pan is something that happens briefly. Maybe there is a certain trend, a certain thing that people are doing. Maybe they are doing a certain thing on the internet. Maybe they're doing a certain type of dance or some activity. And then a few weeks later, everyone forgets all about it. People will say that was just a flash in the pan.
So yes, the winner of last year's talent contest is nowhere to be seen. They were just a flash in the pan. Their popularity was only very brief.
Yes. Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So obviously if you are cooking and you burn something in your pan, there might be a brief flash of flame. So that's where that comes from, I would think.
That's it, yes. It's just a fast occurrence or something that happens briefly. Hello to Jinping. Hello, Jinping. Nice to see you here. Hello, please call me Jinping. I will call you Jinping. Hello, Jinping. There we go. I'm calling you.
Oh, Belarusia's here. Hello, Belarusia.
Hello,
Claudia.
Claudia.
What are you cooking today? We were asking this earlier.
Yes.
Because we were wondering where you were and we were wondering what you were cooking. So please, if you are cooking, please tell us. Oh, is it... says 100 Dob. Is this your 197th episode of English Addict?
It is 197.
Does that mean that very soon, in a brief period of time,
yes,
you will have reached the milestone of 200 episodes?
200 episodes of this. Wow, coming up in around about 3 weeks from now. I bet you can't wait.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes. Actually, not that long. Did you know that English Addict started not long before the pandemic began? A lot of people think it's been going on much longer than that. But no, we started English Addict not long before the pandemic began. I think it was late 2019 when we started doing this. The English Addict live stream. Here today, gone tomorrow. Something brief, something quick. It did not last very long. It was here today and gone tomorrow.
The complete opposite of you, Mr. Duncan. You've been teaching English for a long time,
yes,
online, so nobody could say that you are here today, gone tomorrow.
Although this week I thought I would be here today and gone tomorrow. I certainly felt like it. Here today, gone tomorrow. As quick as a flash. So we had flash in the pan. Of course, we can also say as quick as a flash. Something that did not last very long. It was as quick as a flash. You might do something quickly, in a hurry. You do it as quick as a flash.
Or somebody could appear as quick as a flash.
In the blink of an eye is very similar. I'm rushing these a bit, Steve, because I actually want to go. I'm not feeling too well.
Oh, Mr. Duncan.
I've realised that I'm actually starting to feel a little unwell, so we'll keep this short.
Wants me to look after him.
Here we go.
Very needy.
Here's another one. It was just a blur. Things that are happening around you quickly. It happened so quickly. It was just a blur. Everything was happening very fast. It was just a blur.
That's a sort of a synonym with blink of the eye. It just happened in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
It just happened in a blur.
Yes. Everything happened so quickly.
Something happened. Your brain couldn't process it. It was like a blur. It just had a particularly traumatic event. Something happened. Maybe you had a car accident or something like that, and someone says what happened. You say, I can't remember. It was all just a blur. Because you were confused. Something happens and it's lots of things going on. It confuses your brain. You say it was just a blur.
And finally, something happened for a brief moment. For a brief moment, I thought you were going to say that you wanted to come to my party. For a brief moment, I thought you were going to say sorry. For a brief moment, I thought you were going to leave me. Something that happened, maybe a thought that you have, something that occurs in your mind, a thought, but it only lasts for a few seconds, for a brief moment. A brief moment refers to something that happens very quickly. And that's it for now, for those, long and short. I'm sure there are many others. I think so. We are going to cut this a little bit short. I'm not feeling great, I will be honest with you.
Have you eaten anything today, Mr. Duncan?
I have.
Oh, right,
I've eaten some food, but I think I'm still a little... Well, yesterday I was in bed. And today I'm here presenting a live stream.
The long and short of it, Mr. Duncan, is that you are not fully recovered.
No.
Did you see that? I got that phrase in.
Yeah.
There's another phrase.
That's
the
very...
long and short of it.
Congratulations.
Is what you're effectively saying. If you say the long and short of it is, you are saying in summary, really, aren't you?
Yes.
What I really mean to say, to cut a long story short, the long and short of it is Mr. Duncan has not fully recovered.
No. I think it's safe to say that I probably have another 3 or 4 days before I completely recover. Those wondering if I'm here tomorrow, the answer is no, I'm not here tomorrow because, well, as I just mentioned, I'm not 100% well. I'm hoping to be with you on Tuesday. So I'm going to take the day off tomorrow. I won't be here, but I will try to do some extra live streams as the week goes on. And of course, Mr. Steve is on holiday.
Yes.
Aren't you?
I am.
You're having a little break, which is, I suppose it's very fortunate because you can take care of me.
If I'd been ill, I mean, can you do that? We've discussed this. I've actually taken holiday off. If you take holiday off and then you are sick, can you cancel that holiday and take it off as sick days so that you don't use up your holiday?
That's interesting.
I don't think you can do that.
So you decide to have some time off from work.
Yes.
So you book the holiday, but then during the holiday you become ill, and the question is, can you change the holiday to sick days?
Will your work allow you to do that?
I don't think that's ever happened. I've never heard of that ever happening.
I think it would be controversial.
Yes.
I think if you were to do that, but maybe some people watching, their workplace allows them to do that.
I think that's it, Steve. I'm going to end the live stream. We, of course, have these for later.
No, Mr. Duncan. You are recovering. You need to eat healthily.
Well, this is healthy.
And chocolate, high fat and high sugar. Chocolate is not good for your recovery, Mr. Duncan.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to take that off you.
This is mine. This is my bunny rabbit.
Well, that's probably why you're not recovering, because you're eating. It's funny, isn't it? Mr. Duncan has got the sweetest tooth of anyone I've ever known. If you say someone's got a sweet tooth, it means they like sweet things. They've got an affinity, a love of sweet things. And so I think that means, the coronavirus has killed off all your normal senses of salt and sour, but not sugar.
No.
Because you've got so many neurons in your brain that are firing up for sugar that even coronavirus couldn't knock those out.
No, I think you're right.
Yes, you've got this strong nerve that is just sugar. Most of your tongue is a pure receptor for sugar.
I think so.
So I think that's actually quite interesting. I think people who've got a sweet tooth, who love sweet things, they must have more nerve endings on their tongue connected with the pleasure sensation of sugar. So you've still got a few threads of those neurons left.
Oh my God.
I'll keep it brief, Mr. Duncan.
I think
I'll try and keep it brief.
I'm having a relapse here. Maybe I should have one of those tongues like a butterfly that rolls out like that. Have you ever seen a butterfly with their tongue? It comes out like this and goes back in.
They like sweet things. Maybe you were a butterfly in a previous life, or a hummingbird.
Maybe.
Because they like sweet things, don't they? Okay, yeah, right, yes. Nitram says that I could take over this week. Would you allow me, Mr. Duncan?
I would not.
To take over.
I would go round my studio and literally cut all of the electrical leads just to stop you from plugging anything in.
You're putting my nose out of joint. I could, of course, just talk about cars or politics. And it would be you'd come back and you'd have no viewers left.
But Steve only knows something about one of those subjects completely. The other, not too sure. Not too sure.
Well, we have been here today, but we are truncating today's live stream.
I feel like I'm truncating down there. Ooh.
Shortening. We are keeping today's live stream brief.
Well, we're trying to.
Just trying to use some of your words, Mr. Duncan.
Good.
So, do you want me to go first? I'll put the kettle on. You'll recover after a cup of tea.
We're going together, I think.
Okay.
I'm just so tired, Steve. You have to know when I'm being very serious. I'm a bit tired now. I'm not going to throw up. I'm not going to vomit.
You've done that before.
Yeah, it's not here, though. Not in the studio. But I am feeling a little weak. Unfortunately, I think it is because I am trying to do this. I shouldn't be doing this. I should still be resting.
You're standing on your feet. It's very tiring standing on your feet for a long period of time if you are recovering from an illness.
It is. I agree.
Lovely to be here, if only briefly.
Yes.
Today.
I'm not sure if an hour and 15 minutes is brief, but there you go.
Briefer than normal.
Yes. Anyway.
Love to you all. And see you all next week, and hopefully you'll see Mr. Duncan recovered on Monday.
Tuesday.
And
I won't be here tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Monday, isn't it? Yes.
It is, yes. Tomorrow is Monday. Today is Sunday, and, well, that's all we need to know That's all we need to know for now. Thank you, Steve. And thank you for watching. I'm going now. I think I might need to collapse on the bed, and Mr. Steve will be mopping my fevered brow as I continue my fight against the dreaded lurgy. And of course, until the next time we meet, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Are you ready, Steve?
I'm ready.
Ta-ta for now.